been a well-known fact that people who make the choice to work for public education do not typically do so because they're interested in politics. Teachers are typically not activists. No, they tend to put their focus and energy where it belongs, in the classrooms and in the needs of the children entrusted to them. Teachers have, as a rule, relied on and trusted our legislators to provide adequate funding so they can concentrate on student learning. They were trusting and somewhat naive. As a result, we were lulled to sleep, and we allowed people who have anti-public school agendas and who know nothing about teaching children make their way into office. They are now making decisions that negatively impact every aspect of our students' academic lives. They limit our ability to do our jobs effectively and drastically reduce our capacity to attract quality people into our profession. But looking out across this sea of determined faces, I see now that Governor Snyder and the anti-public school legislators have awoken the sleeping giants. And we are here today to stand strong and declare enough is enough! We are here today because there's something we all believe in. We believe in a public education system that is adequately and fairly funded so that all students, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, physical disability, or economic status, may receive a free, high-quality education so that they may one day reach their full potential. This is why we came into this profession, and it's shameful that our attentions must be diverted to Lansing. There are some people who ask, why are these teachers and other school employees just looking out for themselves? Don't they care about the children? To simplify, our working environment is our students' learning environment. Everything that affects us affects them. We have already seen the effects of cuts to public education over the last several years. How much further should we bend before the system completely breaks? The most talented and dedicated among us are still not miracle workers. Increased class size affects our children. Cutting buses affects our children. Cutting programs such as art, PE, and music affects our children. Firing caring, familiar, hard-working support personnel and replacing them through privatization with low-paid strangers who have no vested interest in the schools in which they're working for affects our children. Cutting media specialists and counselors affects our children. Laying off teachers and support staff affects our children. Cutting sports and field trips affects our children. And a consistent lack of basic supplies and current textbooks affect our children. Clearly, this is not just about us. But the argument by the current legislation says that teachers and other employees can stop these cuts simply by taking concessions. Let's take a real good look at what it takes to offset a $475 per pupil funding cut. In South Redford, my district, a $475 per pupil cut comes up to just about $1.5 million of a $30 million budget. In order to absorb this funding cut through concessions, teachers alone would need to reduce their salary by $7,500. If forced to pay a 20% insurance copay, it would cost each of us an additional $3,800. Step freeze would cost many of my teachers thousands of dollars more. Could any of you afford an $11,000 pay cut or more? It's reasonable. There is no way that the teachers and other education staff can absorb these cuts to funding. So who gets cut? The kids get cut. This is not just about us. This is about degrading and watering down our profession. How does a hospital attract the best doctors? How does a law firm attract, or engineering company attract the best lawyers or engineers? Clearly, it's by offering the best salary and fringe benefits package. Teaching is no different. We are highly educated professionals. To get the best, we must pay for the best. But this legislative body thinks we make too much. They think our benefits are too generous and our pensions too rich. How do we expect to attract the best talent into our field if we offer them low pay, weak health benefits, and a pension no one can live off? This is not just about us. School districts around the state are laying off teachers and support personnel by the thousands. This is swelling the ranks of the unemployed, increasing the number of people who cannot afford to either buy a home or continue making payments on an existing home. And it's forcing more folks to move out of the state. As a result, new education professionals graduating from colleges across the state they have little hope of securing a job in their field and also be forced to leave our state. Meanwhile, those who are lucky enough to hold on to their jobs are being asked to take huge wage cuts and benefits concessions, severely limiting discretionary spending and purchasing power. This affects small businesses around the state and Michigan's overall economy. This is not just about us. All right, they're asking me to move along. I'll just get to this chase here at the end. Governor and these legislators have declared war on the middle class, the working poor, and the very people who take such great care in teaching their children, and damn it, that's not right. So we come to the very reason we're here today. We're here to fight for the future of public education. The MEA is asking you to give them your commitment to act as a powerful collective group of caring professionals, 150,000 strong. They're asking you to continue to participate in after-school rallies that will inform the public and put pressure on politicians. They're asking you to give to PAC and to help fight these bills and elect friends of education in the next election. They're asking you to agree to meet after school to call your legislators. They're asking you to back them up and trust that they would never put you in a vulnerable position unless they felt it was absolutely necessary. They're asking you to commit to staying informed, speaking up, and standing up for the profession that you so strongly believe in. And yes, if worse came to worse and all other options are exhausted, they're asking you to take a united risk with all of your MEA brothers and sisters across this state and take a stand for your students, your families, your profession, and for what you believe in. Rosa Parks believed in something greater than herself, and she refused to be moved to the back of the bus. Was she afraid? Of course she was, but she believed in something and stood up for it, risking being thrown in jail and personal bodily harm. As a result, this little African-American lady changed the face of this country. I believe history will stand up for the children. I believe history will look back at this moment in Michigan and thank us for standing strong and united as one and standing up for the children of Michigan. We are the MEA, we are the people, and together we can put a stop to this madness and ensure a bright future for the children of Michigan. Thank you very much.